you're trying to isolate infections in patients by chopping down infected areas. Hey everybody, this is Brendan from Offworld, coming to you for the first time not as a gnome death knight. I just wanted to update you a little bit on what we've had going on in the site over the past week and what we've got coming up in the future. The first thing I wanted to point out, just in case you hadn't seen it yet, was the debut last week of James Kochelka's Monster Mii feature. James is a comic artist and musician from Vermont whose work you can see at AmericanElf.com. He's partnered with Offworld to create new characters from the Nintendo Wii's Miis, and we're going to be introducing them regularly to the site, along with their personality and their likes and dislikes, and a code so that you can download the Mii to your own Wii, where they'll live and observe your Wii sports games and so on. I'm really looking forward to see where James is going to take that in the future, and we're also talking about other collaborations that might happen down the road, so stay tuned for that. This week, because I haven't had a chance to mention it yet on the site, I wanted to call special attention to the debut of NGMoko's Dr. Awesome for the iPhone. It's one of the best iPhone games I've come across so far. NGMoko, I've mentioned a couple times on the site, are trying to be the first developer that feels like first party on the iPhone. So far they've done a game called Topple and another one called Maze Finger, and Dr. Awesome is the latest game in that series. If you've played Kicks, you know essentially what Dr. Awesome is all about. You're trying to isolate infections in patients by chopping down infected areas in the same manner as Kicks for the old arcade game. What's interesting about it though is the way they've made it uniquely an iPhone game, both from the tilt sensitivity that it has and the fact that the patients that you're operating on are actually real life people that it's pulled from your iPhone's phone book. It's a little touch that doesn't really impact gameplay, but it just gives you that much more of an emotional connection to the game, I think. Most importantly, they've taken a cue from games like Trauma Center and Phoenix Wright and given everything a really bombastic, over-the-top tone and real production quality. And it's one of the first games that I've played that didn't feel so much like a game that someone's brought to the iPhone, but an iPhone game, which is something that we haven't really seen a lot of in the past. So next week on the site, I'll also be looking at a lot of the games of 2008 and a little recap. Not just the top games, but also the most overlooked, and a lot of indie productions that didn't get as much attention as they deserved. And I'll also be looking at the games that we're excited for in 2009. So that's it for me, and I'll see you on Offworld.